for them.
Yeah, I think they got it.
Last what you
There's always more.
Oh, there will be. So the last one I do in this room.
You watching the clock? I think we're good. I think, yeah.
I didn't see him move, so it was
Yeah, if right.
All right. Wednesday, February 26, 2025. No beginning of every meeting. The qualification of the commission and consultants you file with are hereby of each and every adopted by the commission application. Each application is considered on its own merit, not to be considered for any other application. The adopted by the Section 8 United States Secretary of the Sykesville Historic Commission, with the exception that the chair permits. First on the agenda, we have a review of the minutes. Has everyone had to review those minutes? Updates or correct? Nope.
To approve the minutes from December commission.
Put that to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Present.
And all right, can move along. Next on the agenda is 2025-0 at 7541 Main Street. Kevin, before
You run through the staff. Try to request approval for an updated and window decals for their business at 7541 Main Street. So the hanging sign, the request is for, actually, let me pull up the request is for a 30-inch wide by 29-inch high, two-sided multicolored sign with the business name and logo. It will be made from PVC material with digitally printed vinyl graphics. The sign will hang from the existing bracket on the building, which is being used to hold the current business sign. The application shows that the sign will hang a minimum of 8 feet above the sidewalk to comply with HCC guidelines. It will also not project more than 42 inches from the front facade and will be set back 12 inches from the curb as to comply with all other applicable guidelines. Regarding material, the HCC guidelines simply state that hanging will be constructed of wood, metal, or other appropriate material. Window decals, so the request is for updated decals on the front windows and doorway. The new vinyl material, the existing vinyl graphics, same locations. HCC guidelines, windows should be low design, so they do ability into the ground. Additionally, state that we don't just occupy no more than 50% of glass area. Entry doors are more than the total glass area. Finally, vinyl lettering applied to the typically not recommended for applied window signs by the Sykesville HCC. So, quick analysis. The hanging sign an HCC guide is comfortable with the proposed materials. For the display window decals, so let me up. Yeah, sorry. Just want to pull for the visual. All right, so this is both display 4,020 square inches. Building the decal takes up about 3.5% of the total window area, and the decal on the right takes up about 7.3% of the total area, or well below the 15% threshold mentioned in the guidelines. For the front door decal, I have a bit of math here in my staff report, but I'll just jump to the most relevant information, which is the last paragraph, which basically explains that the combined coverage for the binding rectangles for both the new sign and the existing lettering on the bottom, it's about 33.2% of the glass pane and 12.2% of the total door. And again, that's for the binding rectangle, so that's when you consider, everything. But obviously the signs are taking up that entire area. So the applicant estimated that the new decal takes up about 80% of the binding rectangle, while the words at the bottom take up at max 70%. So when you apply those estimates, the effective coverage then goes down to 25.6% of the glass pane and 9.6% of the total door area. And then regarding materials, so although I mentioned vinyl is not a recommended material for display window signage in the HCC guidelines, the Commission may still approve the application if they're comfortable with the request. And it should be pointed out that the existing vinyl decals for the business were previously approved by the HDC during the October 2019 meeting. So with that, the HDC is being with the size and materials for the requested hanging sign and window/door decal sign at 75 Main Street are presented, or alternative suggestions for any potential concerns, and three motion for an approval, one for a for a denial, list of supporting documents, and then is here to answer any questions. It sounds like they might actually have some updated information on some of the window sizes or the door window size that that might help. So.
Okay. If you'd like, you can.
No,
Sorry. Right leg's not the best sometimes.
I was going to say you don't necessarily have to get up there.
No, that's good for me to stand. I just measured the doors. The glass frame is bigger than what was originally estimated based off the 2019. The pane itself is 1,254 square inches, and I got the math of 16.77% of the decal. Taking up, doing the math with the space, the stuff doesn't the whole square. So, updates.
and this is the proposal, and then just for compare the decal signage.
Open up more, show there is wording. I don't know, show, but there is wording. Back in 19. One of the reasons the decal a space because we're doing a retail front back and doing retail.
Cool. Vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of businesses in town with decal at all.
And it's something that's not typically recommended, but it's practical. with the guidelines painted on house or gold. The commission in the lease application found that the requirements not always is obviously it looks appropriate.
Sure.
So that looks like we're in compliance. The door looks like based on measures.
So based on will be over, so
1977.
it is under of the total area.
Right.
And I also want to point out too, based on the whole point of images, the signs are located so they don't obscure visibility. Kind of the purpose. Again, even if going in that purpose of allowing, if the commission feels comfortable making concessions on those percentages.
Well, then the trade-off is that both those nice big windows are.
Right, and you can also even see that it looks like
It's
there's
the
side
two windows
lights.
here as well,
Yeah.
which
Right.
so the total area between the doors, windows is probably well under 10%, which is the of the two standards, but we're just going off of what the guidelines say. But
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, points? Do we have anyone that wants to make a motion one way or another?
I'd make a motion to approve application 20 for in window and door bells at 7541.
Second. All in favor? Twenty 25 You're
Sorry, my military showing.
takes care of the regular agenda. Town update.
So I guess the wanted to mention again, Carrie really couldn't make it this, so we'll try to the project that's going on. That I think we talked to you guys a while back about the and the main street, so that's next couple weeks start there, so we're probably gonna parking lot area around the Sykesville Station building, and then drive and the side. So we're cross kicking that off. So.
Trying to get it all.
We're by the station. That little it's going to be redone. Road that kind of runs, and then crosswalks and stuff, and so perhaps go to Stilling, get a whole bunch of landscaping work done all around there. So again, as early as the next couple of weeks, get going on that stuff.
That's
Excited about it. It's gonna hopefully, really spruce up the south end of down there, and it's a popular area, especially weekends in the spring with the parties they have, music and stuff. So it's just really trying to make it more pedestrian friendly, especially for those times. Put in some more pedestrian infrastructure, just make it nicer, kind of delineate the parking lot from the road a little bit. So it's going to be a really good project. We're really excited.
What's the current status on
The station building, yeah. So they're still working with, they have architects and engineers and stuff of the interior, just trying to get that up. So it's moving, obviously slower than what we initially anticipated or wanted, but no, it's still certainly moving. We've been in communication with some of their engineers, details so they can get the project for review at the county level and have a timeline on that one. It is moving and things are happening, so it has not been a
Deal, they're not negotiating?
no, because there's being a historic building with the Maryland Historic easement on their guidelines that they're required to follow for the renovations. Making sure that followed. Boundary adjustment to we're going to be putting on the property, so we're able to bump the boundary out a little bit to give them a little bit more space. So yeah, just a few things, bureaucracy. We're working.
The building behind in terms of
So hopefully they'll be, as far as I know, they're pretty close to getting to the point where they're so just depending on how long those buildings take, I think the renovations are pretty much complete. Again, this is just me guessing. I'd bring. We could see some doors opening up in there. So.
on their window.
What's that?
They'll have to do some adjustments.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll have to look into that whenever they get for signs when the new business is going, and they'll probably want to put stuff on their windows. So we'll certainly cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay. That all?
That's it. That's all I got.
Anyone else?
Nope.
All right. I'll just note real quick here with the roof project that we have going on at our house that we approved back in November. There's a recommendation, the roofer to replace the gutters. So we're going to put an application next month, but depending on his schedule, it may just have to happen in advance, and then we'll, do the application after. But it'll be half rounds going up just on a small portion of the house that's not in the street. So figured good idea to bring it up.
Good faith.
Yeah. If anyone has any thoughts or comments, but you said it's just on the small rear roof.
Just on the part with the roof going on, they can fasten it to the decking with the roof off, but since we're putting a metal roof on, it gets much more difficult to try to fasten it afterwards without causing problems, so the roofer says. And I'm not a roofer, so I'm going to trust him. So yeah, it'll be half round gutters though, which will be eventually what the house will go back to. But these will actually catch water, unlike the ones that we have now where the water goes straight over them. So I'm excited for that.
There is. I know a few months ago we approved the removal of a tree on Springfield Avenue. And I know Robert has had real health issues.
Sure.
Do you know whether that's going to happen or whether that's...
I haven't had a chance to follow up with them. Brian, I don't know if you've spoken with them. I know you occasionally
have a little
interact
bit
with them. And certainly reach out to his sister who helped out the application, but I don't know if Brian has any information on that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that, but I can give you a little update after this. It's probably not something that needs.
Well, I know that he moved
On the
out and lives with his
Yeah.
sister now, and that's kind of on hold, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can certainly touch base with his sister at least and see if there's a plan for getting that tree out, just
Yep.
from a safety standpoint.
Yeah, because it is
Yeah, it's dropping.
dropping a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
branches
yeah.
now, especially after the high winds.
Yeah,
Right.
quite a windstorm.
All right.
All right.
All set. We have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? Meeting adjourned.